very good morning to my dear students of class 8. I welcome you all to this new class of history where we have started with the first chapter in the last class. So children, in the previous class where we have started with the first chapter of history, which says how, when and where. It is very obvious to have these questions when we study history or when we know about our past, that what has happened in the past, then how it happened, when it happened and where it happened, right? So in the previous class we saw in the introduction where we saw the importance of dates. How do we get to know about history? How do we know which year East India Company started coming to India, then which year Ashoka ascended the throne, which year something has happened. So it is importance of dates. Because of dates we get to know a certain event has happened at some point of time. Then we saw which dates. Are we going to keep a record of every date what is happening with us? No, we keep a record of different important dates. So it showed the importance of those events and then recording them. But which dates always talks about the interest of the one who is recording the event. If we are interested in knowing what has been happening in the past 200 years ago, then we should be knowing that what East India Company was doing, not just this but in other parts of India what also happened. So it is about the interest, that which dates are we taking into account. Then the next topic of course has to be how do we periodize. Children, importance of periodization is this, that in the process of writing the whole story with a shift in the subject, we would be in a need of some new set of dates and making the old dates less significant. Thus, a new set of dates will become important. For example, in the previous session 2020 and 21, you were in class 7, but now 2021 April you are in class 8. Aren't we periodizing this session? If we did not do this, then it would be a big confusion. Which session you were in 7, which session you were in 8, which session you were in 6. So periodizing, we are dividing this time, these dates into different periods, different groups. So here comes our third topic, which is how do we periodize. How do we periodize? So this is the next topic. How do we divide these dates into different periods or different phases? In 1817, James Mill, a Scottish economist and political philosopher, wrote 3 volumes named A History of British India. Following were the contents of his book. So this can be clearly understood by knowing this line, that in 1817 James Mill, a Scottish economist, he wrote a book in 3 volumes. 3 volume means 3 different set of books. The name of this book was A History of British India, means history of the entire time of India where British used to rule. So the contents of this book were as follows. Number 1, history was divided into 3 categories, namely Hindu, Muslim, British, on the basis of rulers of different periods. Means India was always being ruled by different rulers in different time. So James Mill wrote this book and he divided the history of India into three categories: Hindu, Muslims and the British. According to Mill, all Asian societies were at a lower level than the European civilization. First, they divided our Indian history according to him into 3 categories: Hindu, Muslim and Britishers. Certainly. Second important content of his book was showing that we living in Asian societies were much inferior superior and European culture, European civilization was very superior. Okay. Third thing, according to him, Hindu and Muslim rulers had ruled India and there was huge intolerance against the religion of each other. The next point, the next content of this book was that Hindu and Muslim rulers who have ruled India and they have spread huge intolerance of these different religions against each other. So this content is basically showing in the book as the intolerance of Hindus and Muslims based on the rulers who have ruled in India. Next, so some social evils were also present in Indian history or Indian society, such as caste system, superstitious beliefs, etc. Children, James Mill also mentioned in his book about the social evils. What are evils? Wrong deeds. So what are social? So wrong deeds which are being done for society, which are harming the society. They are social evils. So he also mentioned social evils like caste system and superstitious beliefs, etc. Okay. The next content of this book was, according to him, it was necessary to introduce European education and manners to them for their upliftment. According to him, it was very necessary. According to whom? James Mill, it was very necessary to introduce European education, the way Europeans used to study, the complete education system of Europe, and because it was very much necessary for Indian society to grow, to develop. So are these 5 points clear, 5 contents of James Mill book clear to everybody? Number 1, history was divided into 3 categories, Hindu, Muslim and British. Number 2, European culture and civilization was much superior to Asian. Second, Asian civilization. Third, according to him, Hindu and Muslim rulers who had ruled, there was huge intolerance between these two religions. Fourth, some social evils were also prevailing in Indian society like caste system and superstitious belief. And fifth, according to him, it was necessary to introduce European education and manners to them to have growth and upliftment in the society. Now children, do you think that such an idea can be accepted? Will you accept if I ask you this question? You will certainly say no. But the answer to this is, first of all, we cannot categorize Indian society as totally a Hindu history, a Muslim history or British history. Alright? Totally a Hindu history or Muslim history, as rulers from both the religions had ruled and Muslim religion and they all were practicing their faiths. Okay? Moving away from British classification, the historians have divided Indian history into ancient, medieval and modern. This Hindu, Muslim and British was the classification given by James Mill. Children, please learn these two different classifications which are always being asked in very short type of questions. Okay? Give the classification of Indian history according to James Mill. You will write it in 3 words: Hindu, Muslim and British. If I ask you what was the classification of Indian history against or apart from James Mill, then you will say ancient, medieval and modern. Ancient history is beyond times, ages. Medieval, in between modern and ancient. And modern history is of course the recent part which has happened in Indian history. Okay, so ancient, medieval and modern. But this categorization also had some problems. Generally, when we talk about modern period, it denotes the growth of science and technology. Of course, if I ask you what kind of communication we have in modern times, you will say mobile phones, internet, etc. Okay. When we talk about modern times, it always has to be connected with growth and development in technology. And also the freedom, liberty and equality which has been given to the citizens of the society. But during the Britishers' time, Children, during the Britishers' time, there were no such rights. Britishers didn't allow us this right of equality, liberty, to us, given to the Indian citizens, rather than we were forced by Britishers for one thing or another. We were only compelled by the Britishers. We were being imposed by the Britishers, through different ideas. Britishers took away all the resources and wealth from our country, India, children. And thus, many of the historians treat it as a colonial period. Therefore, we saw that, how we Indians were being forced by Britishers to do a certain task, or certain rules were being imposed on us. Therefore, it is being referred, this time is being referred to as colonial period. I hope the concept of periodization, or why do we periodize, is clear to everybody. In the next class, children, we will see what is colonial. We have just started with the introduction of colonial, because when Britishers forced us to do certain things and no rights were given to us, that period, that time is known as colonial. So in the next class, I will explain what is actually colonial. Then I will explain how do we know all this. Okay, and then the chapter will be over. So children, thank you so much for paying attention. Please read the chapter from the book, and I will see you all in the next class. Till then, take care and be safe. Bye bye.